What's up, Pikes Peak? RC race news around the nation. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. And I am so full because I'm still eating leftovers and I feel out of breath. I totally feel out of breath. Not to mention, I'm already packing up, so I'm about to fly out here shortly. So, uh, heading over the Pacific. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a 20 plus hour flight. So going to Japan, and then from Japan to Guam, and then Japan, I already know about all the racetracks and stuff like that, so I know what to bring. But as far as Guam, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It's just it's heartbreaking when I Googled Earth and I was like, oh, let me see, where the old racetrack used to be, because I know obviously that's not there anymore. But I Googled Earth it, and yeah, it's right here. And yeah, it is just basically an empty grass slot. And that's when I first started my venture into 10 scale buggy racing and stadium truck racing. So uh yeah, yeah, it's actually kind of missed it a lot, and brought back a lot of memories. And it was a cool thing with the body back here, because that was that, like I said, that brought back so many memories. And I've talked to like Kurt about this. We would talk about this a lot, bringing back old memories and stuff, even to include Ziggy as well too. But yeah, with the whole RC car scene up there, it was pretty strong. But in the military aspect of it, a couple locals would come on post and race. But I remember I was given a JRX2, and then I bought a JRXT from a local racer there. And I wish I can get in contact with that driver. But yeah, I got a JRX2 and got a JRXT, and yeah, it was cool to race those things. And while I was there in Guam back in 91, 92 time frame, and yeah, we had a blast. I'm gonna tell you right now, we had a blast, and that what stemmed everything RC car racing for me. Don't not I didn't race from there and then continued on. I tell you what, I grew up. I wouldn't say I grew up. I got into other hobbies, i.e., bigger cars, lowriders, stuff like that. But again, to my roots of racing will always go back to Guam, where I first started off, and I got hooked on it. I still got my controller though. My controller sits right over there. But yeah, I want to say we also got Blackfoots. That was our first kit build, was Blackfoots for both my brother and I. So we enjoyed those. But again, going back to Guam, visiting family, because that's where originally I am from. And yeah, I just cannot wait. All right, so, but but I got onto some Facebook pages. I started doing some Googling, and popped up with two RC hobby shops over there. So I'm not sure if one is open still, but one of the guys reached out to me, and everybody suggested Kronixhobbies. Kronixhobbies right there in Guam, in Tamuning, the northern part of Tamuning. So yeah, I'll go ahead and check them out. Their main focus are these right here, rock crawling. And I'm telling you right now, these guys are all vanquished out. And if you guys know, and then are in the rock crawling world, Vanquish going aftermarket market stuff with Vanquish. Oh my goodness, you can get up to close. God, if not over about a $5,000, $4,000 rig, if not more. I don't know. I seen some custom builds out there. I know. Right when Jared left the hobby shop, he was building his Vanquish, and he had a carbon fiber chassis one. I was like, geez. And I'm over here with this little thing and my TRX 4Ms over there. I got an axial wraith down there. I got an awesome trail finder body right here, my Toyota, and I'm gonna tell you right now, in Guam, Toyotas are huge. Toyotas are huge for in the rock crawling community, and I tell you what, they got some super scaled realistic ones out there. I'm talking where they're 3D printing figures out there where they move and stuff like that, and it's actually pretty cool. So the guys out there, they linked me up with Kronixhobbies with Bert Manasala, and yeah, I'm gonna go check them out. But I'm gonna get rid of the jet lag first before I do anything, and then we'll move on from there. But I tell you, it's actually pretty exciting. Aside the disappointment of racing no longer being there from years and years and years ago. And I know some of y'all watching weren't even born yet, but I tell you what, like I said, it brought back a lot of memories. And then hopefully, I'll reach out to Bert out there in Guam, and then probably network out there with them. I'll probably shoot some videos while I'm out there, see if they got any little events, so on and so forth. I am going with one other person, and he's kind of an old school person, so I'll probably introduce him to this, probably get him hooked on this. But we'll see. We'll see what goes on over there in Guam with the RC community, and that way I can share what what's over here uh, to over there, because half of those guys they've never been here in the mainland, and that's what they call the United States. Now, granted, Guam is a U.S. territory, but you get a lot of people that homestead there and never left. And I tell you what, Guam is not that big. Guam is like probably like driving from here to Castle Rock. It's about the length of Guam to Guam. All right, from Colorado Springs all the way to Castle Rock is probably about the length of Guam, and then probably about 5, close to 6 miles wide at its widest point. All right, so again, it is a very small island, but very tightly packed, dense island. Very family organized style atmosphere and stuff like that. So I'll get to visit my godparents, my dad's siblings, my aunts and my uncles, my cousins and stuff, and it's good to see them because I have not seen them since 1993, and it'll be awesome to do that because with work and stuff like that, being in the military, I never really had a chance to travel back, and this is actually a pretty cool opportunity uh, for me to go. I wish my fiance can go, but I'm gonna tell you right now, plane tickets, golly, over 3 grand. I looked at that the other day. I was like, maybe I could sneak her. No, it ain't happening. As much as I want to, we'll probably just we'll probably head out to Hawaii or something. But I'll tell you what, man, Guam is expensive to fly to. So yeah, I'm looking at probably about 23, close to 24-hour flight at most, and then they're a whole day ahead of us pretty much. And yeah, we're just, like I said, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to be there towards the end, close to the end of December. I'll be home for Christmas and stuff. But again, I want to, and I won't be here for the next upcoming mini Z event that's happening over at Faster Laps. So again, yeah, there's a lot that's going on with Faster Laps right now on top of the 8 scale program that we have, or that Matt Kyle has. And then the mini Z program 128 scale has taken off. And I'll tell you right now, that is like the biggest talk right now is with Matt Kyle's Faster Laps. These guys, everybody's, that's like the biggest talk right now. And people are looking at getting rid of some stuff, and I'm like, nah, don't get rid of that. Don't get rid of that. Well, there's something coming up. So again, I won't be able to make an announcement until probably about. I'll probably be halfway through my trip over there in Guam, and I will make an announcement on it. I'm going to be communicating with Matt Kyle, owner of Faster Labs. We'll be going back and forth, see what the game plan is. But right now, December 11th, please put this in your calendar. We will have Mini Z racing. Now, for those that have Micro B and Micro T buggies and those little stadium trucks, those low-C ones, um, go ahead, bring those because we want to try them out the track. Matt Kyle has already purchased his, so his should be in by tomorrow. He should have his by tomorrow. And you know how it is. You know how us big kids are. The minute we get something in the mail, we want to go play with it. So I wouldn't put it past him if he set up a track real quick and did some jumps with it or whatever. And Corey's helping him on the sidelines of things, getting some stuff printed up or whatnot. So again, a lot of positive movement on the polls that we have posted below with Matt Kyle's Special Laps. Again, we are over 70% that are super duper interested in the Micro B Mini T thing racing on the 128 Mini Z scale track. So that's our thing for the winter until we get back into this next season. I'm telling you right now, next season for me is going to be busy. I'm talking super busy, a lot of expectations, and a lot of learning, a learning. So I'm gonna stay humble, and then I'm gonna keep at it, and keep doing what I'm doing, and making those guys happy. All right. So they're pretty much already happy with me already, but I'm going to keep on pushing it and stuff like that by doing what I need to do with representing who I represent. All right. So again, yeah, like I said, I'm packing up, getting ready to fly out of here. I hope I hope it's going to be a great trip. I hope it's a good trip. It'll be a great trip because I'm going to see my family and stuff. But it's been so long since I've been back over there, and like I said, I just showed you guys the Google Earth picture where the track used to be, and I circled it. But man, it's crazy because it was at the Arts and Crafts Center on Guam was where the racetrack was, and it was like a little hobby shop in there. He didn't have much, but he had a lot of Tamiya kits. He had a couple low C kits, and I don't remember any. He had a bunch of bowling stuff. You know what? I actually bought my bowling pan car from there, and it was a street rod. It was a street rod bowling pan car that you has, you slid the two little rods together, and you had like a little turnbuckle thing you had to screw down to bind them together to tighten down for the servo and stuff. And the servo was like, it wasn't the screw in types like this. It was like you put the wire in and it fed in, and it was like it locked it in, and that's how you steered and stuff like that. And yeah, it was just bowling. Fiberglass chassis. If you guys remember Bowlink chassis, some of you guys, you old guys like you, Big Rich, or Tom Prindle, or Ziggy, all them that race pan cars. Sal, especially, I'm sure he had a Bowlink. Probably had a Bowlink when he probably invented the Bowlink. I'll tell you that right now. The way Sal drives pan cars and stuff, yeah, he probably invented Bowlink. But anyways, like I said, it was actually pretty cool. Golly, I just remembered I did buy a Bowlink, and you know what? I also bought a RC airplane out there. It wasn't an airplane, it was a glider. And it was a prop, it was an electric prop glider. The problem was it was a three-channel glider, so you had their acceleration so you can climb, and then everything was, you shut off the motor, the prop fold back, and you would fly it. The problem was I lived close to an Air Force base, so we weren't allowed to fly, and I didn't have a three-channel controller because we didn't know where to look for one at. We really didn't have an internet, and we had to really rely on magazines back then. Like we got the RC car magazines and stuff like that, RC airplane magazines, and back then we didn't have an internet, let alone at that time frame. Golly, we didn't really have any pagers. Yeah, we didn't have no pagers because pagers didn't come out until like 93ish, 92ish, end of 92ish, 93. So that was the time frame of that era where that was, golly, we were writing letters and stuff, and we would look up Tower Hobbies in magazines and see what RC cars were coming out and stuff. And again, Tamiya, Kyosho were like the most popular in Guam. Obviously, it was close to Japan. Guam is close to Japan. So yeah, anything Tamiya, anything Kyosho, it was. Yeah, I remember a couple Optimas out there racing and stuff. But yeah, I'll tell you what, it's going to be great getting back over there. I will be doing some live bids. I'll go ahead and do a live video, not a live video, but I'll do a YouTube video walking into Kronixhobbies, meeting up with Bert Manasala, and yeah, we'll go through the whole dealio, how he's keeping RC alive, how he's doing all this crazy stuff. Because I'm going to tell you right now, they're on an island, and it's hard and it's expensive to get stuff out there. And from what I am told, um, the owner, he keeps his prices as if they are mainland prices, and I respect that a lot because that is hard to do on an island where everything is $2 million. All right, it is so expensive there. Golly, the per diem out there is very, very high. So I'll put this in perspective. Let's put it this way: Kansas, $62 a day. Guam is about $124 a day. All right, so that tells you the cost of living super duper high out there. Everything's expensive out there, and yeah, I'm it's pretty cool just to hear his customers and a couple of the people that uh, chimed in and left a comment. his prices are no different from Horizon's prices, or probably A-Main's prices. So, which is actually pretty cool. I looked at some of the lineup. Like I said, they have a lot of rock crawling things out there. I'm talking, I didn't see no Traxxas, but I did see a lot of Horizon stuff, the Vanquish stuff, the Axial stuff. I saw a couple of the TTO1 and TTO2 style vehicles, like, oh no, that's a HPI. Some of the, where is it at? I think I put it away. Oh, it's right here. Some of the TTO2 stuff. So there's not really on-road racing over there. MST is very popular over there as far as drifting and stuff. I'm sure there's some aftermarket chassis that they use out there, because I've seen some drift cars that get over $7,000 to $10,000, and that's a lot of freaking money. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm bringing my race car stuff with me, and got to pack that up, and yeah, we just go from there. All right. So I am Robbie with the Pikes Peak RC race news around the nation. About to head to Guam. About to head to Japan. We already know what's going to go on in Japan, but as far as Guam, mainly family, checking out Kronixhobbies, Bert Manasala, and probably get to know some of the other locals that are out there doing keeping that RC alive out there. And again, I'm going to expand out to them, and yeah, I'm looking actually forward to it. So December 1st, I fly out. Like I said, give me a couple of days. I'll get back on vid again. We'll go down to the store and we'll go check out Kronixhobbies. All right, I am Robbie again. We will see you guys later. Take care. Oh my goodness.